We are here at Cash Generators at 10598 McKinley Highway, US 20 in Osceola. With me is Steven Kollar. Steven, good to see you.
Good to see you today. How are you doing?
Thank you. Good. I'm doing good. We're going to talk a little bit today about gold. And this is the area that this gentleman here knows probably more about than anybody else you've ever maybe had contact with. Over 35 years of experience in this business. And Steven, there's a lot of technology going into what you do here today.
Yes, it has, because what we've been able to do here with the technology that's currently available is in checking some of the old golden jewelry that's out there currently. You know, there's some stuff that's good and there's some stuff that's bad. It allows us to pay more money for the diamonds. And one of the more important things, it allows us to work closer on the margins because we do our direct refining ourselves. So by doing the refining, we're able to pay a little bit more, and we're able to tell the difference in the different carats. Because, for example, when you're looking through your jewelry box, you got to remember that you have 10 and 14 and 16 and 18. Just little items like, for example, on the Mason's items that you would see. I mean, this, for example, is an 18-carat thing. The pendant. This particular 18-carat pendant is worth approximately $387 is what we would pay.
Get out of town. $387 doesn't look, it was what you would pay someone coming in right now for something similar to this.
Right, and for example, here's a class ring, which a lot of people still have laying around.
1972 class ring.
1972 class ring, and this is worth $286 that we would pay.
So you would pay someone cash on the spot, almost upwards of $300 for a class ring such as that. Wow.
And these are some of the items that we buy all the time, the little different rings. So people that are bringing their unwanted jewelry and things like this is worth $128. These are some of the purchases that we've made this week from the different people that have come in. Like, for example, that ring there was about $137. You know, and some of the chains, the old herringbone chains that get crinkled up that you have just laying around in your jewelry box that get crinkled up if you bring in. For example, that one is worth $293. We bought like this one here that was in the case. That's worth about $586. And as time goes on, you'll see that different items are worth different types of money.
Well, you know what happens, I think, the older we become, the more we accumulate. Don't you find that's true?
Yep. The stuff that's not being worn, you know, from old relationships, stuff that's been handed down that you're not interested in, it has a high value right now with gold and silver being up. So that's one of the advantages that you want to sell it. So when you come into a different place, whoever you happen to just stop by and do, they can sit down and tell you what carat is, what they're paying for it. We happen to use the iPads because they're easier to use, and we can keep the prices up there so that when you come in, we just calculate how much it weighs. We take the current spot price of that gold that day, and then we figure out what exactly we would pay for the particular product.
Well, Stephen, it's very easy for someone to connect with you to go through this process, quick and easy. The appraisal session is free of charge. There's no extra charge for that.
Items in, there's no charge. We do watches. We also buy a lot of stones and diamonds and things like that. We have all the equipment here to be able to test for the jade and the diamonds and things of that nature so that we can at least tell you approximately your value of your item.
Sorry, if you go online, you can find out more at mycashgenerators.com, mycashgenerators.com. You're looking at carat. You've mentioned that. Purity is also a part of what you're talking about.
Because the carat, like 14 carat, for example, is 58.5% pure gold. So you would factor that in. For example, gold is trading for about $1,600 an ounce. So a carat of 14 carats worth about $880. People don't realize just how much the value is. For example, like this tray of 10 carat here, which isn't that big, these were our weekly purchases. There's approximately $1,687 that we paid for this small tray of gold.
I know of people that probably have 10 times that amount in a drawer that they haven't opened in years.
Right, so that's some of the things, and I mean, with gold and silver being high and the numismatics, we do the coins and stuff like that, now is the time that you want to sit down and shop around and find out what the stuff is worth. If you're not using it, it's foolish just to leave it in there, or you know, you can trade it in on new stuff or different items or things of that nature where you could use it for a new purchase of a ring or diamond.
Well, you know, weekends are made for kind of doing those kinds of things. So if you're watching right now, today is Saturday. Stephen, you're open, obviously, on Saturday. 10 to 3 on Saturday. Stop on by. Cash Generators about a mile east of Penn High School and about a mile west of the Walmart on McKinley Highway, US 20 in Osceola. Great location. Online. Check them out first and then come. mycashgenerators.com. Stephen, thank you so much.
Sir.